Good morning, everyone. We're ready to open a special call meeting of the Board of Executive on approval of the feedback. Our first order of business is the hearing officer opinions.
Good morning. Again, thank you all for coming out on the last minute special call meeting. And the reason for this meeting is for some hearing officer appeal. We discovered some more. We went back through all the appeals just to make sure that we had everything covered, and we discovered some more hearing officer appeals and even some arbitration appeals. The arbitration appeals, we're going to send letters out. They're going out today as we speak. But for the hearing officer appeals, you know that we have 90 days to process, and we're like right at 90th day on these two of them. And we decided to go ahead and do the rest. Okay. I wanted to read to you first our policy on hearing officer appeals. And this is from the policy that we went over last June 20th, 2022. And I'm going to read from the hearing officer portion of the appeals. And the Douglas County Board of Assessors has 90 days to review notice of appeals. If corrections or changes are made, notice is sent to the taxpayer. We're at that point right now. When an appeal to a hearing officer is filed, the Douglas County Board of Tax Assessors will review the appeal filing and notify the taxpayer in writing either a change or no change. Whether or not a change has been made in the value, the Douglas County Board of Tax Assessors will review the appeal within 90 days after receipt of the taxpayer's notice of appeal. If any corrections or changes are made, the Douglas County Board of Assessors will send a notice of the correction or changes to the taxpayer. The notice will state that if the taxpayer is still not satisfied after these changes or corrections are made, they may notify the Douglas County Board of Tax Assessors that the changes are not acceptable, which must be done within 30 days of the Douglas County Board of Tax Assessors change notice. And then we will further it on to the hearing officer. If the change is made and they want to continue, if no change is made, we automatically forward it on to the hearing officer. Okay. On the 5 that I have on the sheet here, if you look at the very first page, I have 5 appeals here that actually did not qualify for hearing officer. And I also want to read from the appeal form that is filled out by the taxpayers about what qualifies for hearing officer. Hearing officer for non-homesteaded properties and contiguous real property or wireless personal property accounts with a fair market value in excess of $500,000. The 5 that we have here, parcel number 1, parcel 123-15231, the notice value is less than $500,000. The notice value on this one was $321,300. So it does not qualify for hearing officers. The next parcel, the next 2 parcels, 155-15227, 155-15396, are both homesteaded properties as of the first one as of January 1 this year and as of January 1 of 2020. So that property does not qualify for this. The other 2 properties, 458-18224 and 247-18228. Both of the assessment notices are less than $500,000, so they do not qualify for hearing officer. And I just wanted to note these. You don't have to vote on these. I'm going to send out a letter to the taxpayer stating that why they don't qualify for homestead and for hearing officer appeal, and that they have a chance to change over to either Board of Equalization or arbitration, and they have 30 days from the date of the letter that I sent it out. If they do not respond to the letter, it's automatically going to the Board of Equalization. Does that sound correct, Meredith?
Yes.
Okay. So
sorry, it took me a second to get the mic.
Properties number 2 and 3. Were they less than 500,000 or they already in home?
They are over 500,000, but they have homestead. Let me read in the letter from the statute. that for a parcel of non-homesteaded property, less than $500,000 or more. So that's why most of our hearing officers are commercial properties. Okay?
Thanks.
So just wanted to know that again, the ones that we're getting ready to present, Joe's gonna present to us are properties that were missed. That was human error. Whoever put the appeals in the system did not know that it was checked. Arbitration or a hearing officer. We're gonna have to prevent that in the future by making sure that we double and triple check what goes into the system. It's not automatic. So, we were trying to make sure that we don't have these type of errors again. And, hopefully we caught everything in time. So that's why we had to call this meeting today to make sure. We had 2 of them that really needed to go out today. So again, thank you for being here. And Joe is gonna present the changes and the no changes of the hearing office. Any questions?
And if I may, did Mr. Ferran officially open the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, I must have missed that if the sound wasn't on. Thank you.
Yeah, I see it.
Good morning. This was, Adrian said we're finishing up the hearing officer appeals. I just had a few to make decisions on, and then these. The first one's on page 3. These were 2 commercial value change properties. These were 2 different hotel type properties. The first one was parcel 52154, and it made an adjustment to the market area average daily rate. So you can see the difference in the value on that one. And then number 2, we did the same thing, adjusted the income, cap rate, market area, rent, and you can see the change on that one. Those 2. And then if you go to page 4, these are 2 residential properties that were appealed to hearing officer. They didn't meet the value criteria. So the first one is parcel 017911511. And this was a house, and we had to make an adjustment to the grade for uniformity. And you can see the value went from 554,700 to 497,800. And number 4, the DC Kensington LLC, parcel 757-18233. This was a property that was platted as an open space in the subdivision. So we had, it can't be built on as a regular part of the future build out. So we just made the adjustment from that value to the previous value, which was the 339. And for 2024, it's going to be going into the homeowners association name, which will carry a value of 250 from that point on. Then on on page 5, these are all the commercial note value changes. And we just had 7 of those. And if you want to look through them, have any question. Other than that, that's all I have.
Hey, Joy, this is Herschel. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm just wondering now, the 2 on the prior page, one went from over 500,000 to just under 500,000. Is that the reason is that related to what Adrian was just speaking about, that it didn't qualify because it was less than 500,000 value?
This is just, we just adjusted the value on it for the hit. He could still, I'm assuming they could still appeal it further. I don't know now that we dropped below the value, but the original value was 554.7, so he has the right to appeal that. But this is going to be our 30-day response, and then it'll drop. If he goes pay with it, it'll go away.
If I may, the original value was over 500,000 of what the Board of Assessors assessed the property, so it would qualify for a hearing officer appeal.
Okay, thank you, Meredith.
You're welcome.
I entertain a motion to approve these hearing officer changes and no changes as noted.
Make a motion that we approve the hearing officer value changes as well as no value changes.
A motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you.
Any further business?
No further business. I wanna reemphasize our gratitude for the board to make it at such short notice. I appreciate it. And thank you. Anything, Meredith?
No, that's it. Just a note that any of the hearing officer items, that today is the 90th day, we just need to make sure that those letters are sent out and postmarked today.
Yeah, we are, and we're sending emails as
And
well.
I'm emailing.
Great, great.
Okay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Being no further business.
Didn't see it until the things is so. Being no further business, I would make a good job.
Thank you.